Hi, book fair is at Bear Creek Elementary School, June 7th to 11th. The last day of our book fair will be on Sports Day and will be open after 1:30 on that day. So I'll tell you about a couple of books that we're going to have at the book fair. A new book by Robert Munsch. This has put me in a book. He wrote this book for some students in North Bay, Ontario, and he sent a manuscript to them. They sent him back a laminated book, and he wanted to publish the book. Found it difficult to actually find the class. So the publisher looked through details in the photographs in a laminated copy and looked at the name of the teacher and finally identified which school it came from. So this one is called Put Me in a Book. It's a story of a girl who wants to be in a book, but it's not as good as she thinks, because being in a book, you're trapped in the book. This is the way this one goes. Put Me in a Book, Robert Munsch, illustrated by Michael Marchenko. And there she is, some pages in the book. She's coming along and she sees an author working in a park. On their way back from the lake, Mrs. Odell's class saw a man sitting on a park bench holding a big book. It's always funny details. He's got so much stuff, this writer. He's got a little coffee machine, he's got his computer, he's got a giant scrapbook, water, cream. There's a couple of cows in the background. He has a cooler, thermos, apples, and lots of sticky notes all over the park bench. He's even drying off his socks. "Hi," said Haley. "What are you doing?" "I'm trying to finish this book," said the man. "It's a picture book, but I don't know what kid I'm going to use in the story." He's scratching his head. "Wow," said Haley. "Can you put me in the book?" "Are you absolutely sure you want to be the kid in this book?" said the writer. "Yes," said Haley. "Wonderful," said the writer. And he picked Haley up, folded her, and flattened her, and stuck her in the book. She looks like an accordion there. She's all flat, and she's all bent into the pages. "Wow," said Miss Odell. "It's a great honor to be in a book." Then she took everyone back to school, put the book on her desk, and went to tell the principal the wonderful news. The book started to flip-flop up and down, saying, "Quack!" Ethan opened the book and said, "Haley, are you okay? Do you still want to be in this book?" "Help!" yelled Haley. "I am folded and scrunched and trapped and stuck, and I want to get out and go home." "Don't worry," the class said. "We will get you out." Rachel tried to scrape Haley out of the book with a fingernail. "Ah!" yelled Haley. "That hurts." "I know what to do," said Jacob. "We'll pull the book apart and Haley will fall out." So a bunch of kids got on each side of the book and they tried to pull it apart. "Ah!" yelled Haley. "You're stretching me." Well, the kids try all sorts of different things to try to get Haley out of the book. To find out what happens, read Put Me in a Book by Robert Munsch, illustrated by Michael Marchenko. And this one will be for sale at the book fair. We'll probably get some for our library too. The second book I'd like to show you today is one called Class Trip from the Black Lagoon. Class Trip from the Black Lagoon is by Mike Thaler. He's written a lot of very funny books. Black Lagoon is the ones that he's best known for. Teacher from the Black Lagoon, Principal from the Black Lagoon, and so on. This one is called Class Trip from the Black Lagoon, and the kids go on a class trip. Now, Mike Thaler has a pretty active imagination, and that makes this a really funny book. This is one of the Black Lagoon adventures that will be at our book fair. This is chapter 5. This must be D-Day. There's a picture of a boy. He's so sleepy because it's 5:30 in the morning. The alarm goes off at 5:30 in the morning. I hate getting up early. The chickens aren't even up yet, and I shuffle into the bathroom. My eyes are hardly open. I squeeze out some toothpaste and brush my teeth. Boy, it sure tastes weird. I look at the tube and it says, brown shoe polish. Yuck! My shirt feels very small. Then I discover my head is in the sleeve. My pants feel odd too. I discover they are on backward. At least I won't mess up with my shoes. Wrong again. I have the left one on my right foot and the right one's on my knee. This is not going to be a great day. You will really like Class Trip from Black Lagoon, a book by Mike Thaler, and it will be at our book fair.